Yo, what's up guys, it is Saintsfan and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video. Today, we're going to be doing another episode of Monday Mailbox, a series where you guys get to ask me questions either about GTA or gaming in general. And getting right into the first question, or questions, we have Andrew and Kyle. Andrew says, when do you think the story mode DLC will be announced? And then Kyle says, what do you think about the last Instagram picture that the guy who plays Franklin, he posted on his Instagram? So, I'll go ahead and put up the Instagram post right now. This was about a week ago, and as you can tell, it's pretty funny looking. I mean, as you can see, Franklin is on the back of CJ. A little bit of Photoshop there, obviously, but he says, Throwback Thursday, me and Uncle CJ. Now, if you guys didn't know, the two actors that play both of those characters are actually related in real life, so I think this was just sort of a fun play on that. I mean, we already know that CJ in San Andreas, that is not in the same universe as GTA 5. So I do not think anything is going to be happening, unfortunately, with CJ in a future DLC. You know, this could have just been, you know, something funny that he posted, or it could have just been something to keep us talking about GTA and the potential story mode DLC. Another really interesting thing, though, because we haven't seen anything from this guy, Ned Luke, who actually plays Micheal. He, I guess, was hosting a Q&A or something on Twitter, and somebody asked, DLC, soon, please. And he simply just responded by saying, that would be awesome. Now, I don't know if that's just a coincidence or what, but with the guy who plays Franklin, you know, he keeps posting all these teases and stuff. And I think the guy who plays Trevor, he actually was in New York about a month ago. Something is got to be cooking up over there at the Rockstar offices. I mean, this is too much of a coincidence for nothing to be happening. Hopefully soon, I keep saying that, and I don't know when I'm going to end saying hopefully soon we'll see some information, but just be on the lookout, because I definitely think something is happening. I mean, it's got to be happening. You guys let me know in the comments, but there's no way that all three of these things and all three of these actors are, you know, are teasing and saying stuff about GTA to have nothing happen. But anyway, moving on into the next question, we have Jacob, and he says, do you think the updates will get more and more expensive? And yes, man, if you look at it, and it sucks, but look at the high life. The Zentorno wasn't even $1 million, and in these past two DLCs, both supercars were over $2 million. Now, I don't know much about like the clothes prices and stuff. I don't think that's changed much, but I mean, unfortunately, it looks like a lot of the updates are going to be expensive, just because a lot of people, especially now after all these heists and double XP and double money and everything, you know, people have money, so Rockstar are definitely going to capitalize on that. It would make sense, you know, from a business point to make stuff expensive, because you have people spend their money, and then for the next DLC they got to either buy shark cards or, you know, keep playing the game. So business wise, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It just sucks that that's the way it is, you know. Speaking of those heists, Michael says, why didn't Rockstar make the Fleeca job double money? It wouldn't be an outrageous payout. I don't think they were worried necessarily about the payout that you would get if there was double money in RP. Nobody wants to play that, man. It's a two-player heist. It's really boring. It's basically just a tutorial heist, and I think that's the reason why. I mean, yeah, it's not because they didn't want people making an absurd amount of money, because they wouldn't have. So yeah, that's basically the reason. Moving on, though, a really good question here from Killer Bong. He says, what is Rockstar's reason for repeating most of last year's DLC? And what he's basically talking about is, I mean, now granted, two of the DLCs I'm going to talk about haven't come out yet, so we're just speculating here, but the High Life, the Hipster, and then the Flight School. The High Life, you can combine both Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 and 2. That's similar to a High Life update. The next one, if it is a Low Life or a Low Rider or whatever DLC, and it has 12 cars, that's really similar to the Hipster update that had a bunch of cars that weren't as expensive. And then if there is going to be a Stunt School, which even Rockstar teased, then that's really similar to the Flight School. So the reason that, if that's the case, the reason they're doing it is because it's successful. Like, why fix something that's broken, you know? The High Life was one of the best DLCs I think they've ever done. And to make the Ill-Gotten Gains sort of like that, I mean, granted, it was a lot more expensive, but at the end of the day, it's similar stuff. And the Hipster update, it wasn't, you know, amazing, but it was really good. And it had really cool clothes, actually. That was probably one of my favorite DLCs that included, like, clothes and stuff. And this Low Life DLC, yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool, or Low Rider, whatever the case may be. And then the Flight School, now granted, that one was probably the worst DLC besides, like, Beach Bum, just because it was really disappointing. I think Rockstar could kind of learn from that, and maybe if they do the stunt school, they'll obviously make it better and everything. And like I just said, they're probably not going to fix something that, you know, really isn't broken, and that's just how it is. It's probably easier for them to make stuff similar to it. I mean, as you can see, some of the supercars, they look really similar. Now granted, they're not the exact same thing, and I'm not hating on them for doing that, because the DLCs aren't the same thing. You get new clothes and everything, get new vehicles. Even though they are similar, they're not the same. But yeah, that's just how I see it. And for all we know, man, the next 2 DLCs, the Slow Life or Low Rider and the Stunt School, it could be completely different. But it's all speculation until obviously we see it, like always. And then finally, the last question from Kyle. He says, would you recommend spending the money you got from these heists now, or waiting to see what the next update will have? Well, I'm sure that well, at least this week, there's going to be some vehicle discounts on, you know, whatever vehicles you use or you can get in the Pacific Standard job, because that's sort of what they've been doing. I mean, I wouldn't go out and spend like that much money if you don't need to. Like, people are saving up to buy the Hydra. The Hydra's not that good. I mean, unless you're a pilot in GTA and you really good with jets and you want it, don't go buy it. It's a waste of money. I mean, even at the half off, I bought it. I've never used it, you know. There's a lot of stuff in the game that it's cool to have, but I don't think it's worth the money, especially if you are saving up. I would definitely recommend saving a good amount of money for this next thing that's coming out, whatever it is, because for all we know, man, the next thing is going to be mansions or casinos, and you're going to need a ton of money to spend on that. And I would just be safe. If you do have something you're looking at, you know, like one Pegasus vehicle or something, yeah, okay, go buy it, but don't buy them all. Don't waste all of your money. Don't go bankrupt just because you have the money. Be smart about it. Save it, and, you know, have enough that you're comfortable with for the next DLC, whether it's a supercar that you want to buy or sports car, whatever the case may be. You know, just be smart with the money. But that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. See you guys in the next one. And as always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.